What up, what up, what up, y'all? Welcome, Patreon. We are here. We are not queer, except for him. And we are in gear. This is the rematch. Breadman versus Moon. Moon versus Breadman. The long-awaited rematch. It's the backup plan. Shout out to Breadman for coming on the last minute. Shout out to Moon for not knowing. Shout out to these brothers. Shout out to Moon for showing up and doing his due diligence for the platform. It's truly appreciated. We're about to get it going. To my left, I got my left, sir.
Breadman, also known as Big Coach, also known as today, Reverend Breadloaf. Let us be blessed in the name of Straight Lives Matter.
And to my right, I got
a Moon Sniper.
Okay, so the last time you guys saw each other, it was nasty. It ended early, abruptly, because Breadman, you decided after Moon touched the cup that belonged to the Airbnb, you decided to douse him with liquids. After that, you have got kicked off the platform. I mean, you know, you was in a hotel with some mobsters from Texas throwing indirect threats to say you were ready to go down with the truck at the truck stop. You was there with some gangsters showing pockets, saying I'm ready to go at everybody. I'm still in Texas. I'm still in Atlanta. You end up paying for one of the devices, but you're here. Can you? Before we get into that, I want to ask you, what have you learned from that situation, Brad?
There's a fine line between reality and the entertainment, and the goal is to bring your reality to the entertainment without f***ing it up, point blank, period. I realize that you have to maintain, these relationships that you're building, and to just go for the viral moment. Yes, it was viral with the sponsor, with the acknowledgement from Crown Royal. Yes,
Facts. They said bread makers low.
At the end of the day, even with that, it wasn't worth it. It's far much better to, just maintain the professional working relationships. And grind it out. That's what I learned from that situation. So it took a while to get back to where I'm at now, but yet we are here.
How did you feel from that situation, Moon? Talking to Mike, sit forward, no relaxing.
Okay.
Put the mic down. I know you like.
That's crazy.
He grabs it with two hands immediately. Pay attention. Pay attention.
I don't even know where your mind is going there, but anyway. What was the question you said? How did I feel in that moment?
After Bread threw the liquor in your face, how do you feel? How did you feel and where you at now with everything?
I mean, there were a lot of things going, through my brain when that was happening, because that never happened to me before. But I'm in a good place with that. I let that go. It's in the past.
Okay. Fellas, you know how this go. I ask you a series of questions, and we get down to the get down. You know what I mean? I want to start with you, Moon. Mm-hmm. Where do you think Bread's issue with you derived from?
Well, I think my induction to the platform, I'm not exactly sure what topic I was talking about, but I gave my input. And I think that Breadman was extremely furious with, I guess however I was expressing myself. And I believe he called the couples hour with Queen and G Blacks. And basically Breadman gave me a reason, maybe not reason. He gave Moon validity in order to then be here. I think that Breadman was fixated on, me or maybe the things that I was saying. And I think that he was trying to use that as a vehicle to send a message because, I don't think Breadman has ever contacted, any LGBTQ group or foundation or whatever directly. He believes that I am the sole gatekeeper of all gays, and whatever he does or says to me, it will change the world.
Breadman, you okay?
Yes. Yes, I am. I am here, and I am good. I am protected through the protection of Straight Lives Matter, for no salaciousness formed against us shall prosper. Half of what he said was fueled in lies, this demon. And when I am confronted, yes, it provokes a certain side of me. Pay attention, do not be deceived. For he will do many things in this interrogation room to throw the straight off. We see everything.
How would I throw the straight? How would I throw the straight off if you're straight? Something that I usually hear you say is, fighting to maintain the straightness. Why would you have to fight to maintain something if you already are something?
Great question. You see, you deceive the people by giving a diluted introduction of yourself onto the platform. Yes? But with this question, I will remind you that you came on to the platform trying to give us things that were against man's nature, i.e. saying that you can be a black man, sucketh upon a black man, and still be heterosexual. That's what you said. That is a fact. You also said many other things that most of your community, the LGBTQ community, tends to agree with. You want to come and turn the world upside down, but it does not worketh that way. So I'm here to bring back the balance.
Okay. If that's how you feel, I definitely think that in this life, people are able to do something and be something else, or be something and do something else. Whatever that person's prerogative is, that's what they can do in life. And I think that fixating our focus on what someone else is doing or how they're living their life is really a waste of time, to be honest. If it's not influencing you in a negative way, or if it's not hurting you or making you change the way that you live your life, I think that for you to try to introduce something that's not there, which is yourself in someone else's life, it just is foolish. It's a waste of time. Imagine focusing on people who don't even know who you are, who aren't even worried about you or focused on you or anything. It doesn't really make any sense. And time again, I think that not only do you make a fool of yourself, but it just goes to show that whatever you do believe is fine. Whatever you want to think is okay. But it's not going to change the world or people or anything. It's going to stay right here. It's never going to get any traction.
So, will you allow me to rebuttal?
Of course.
To the serpent.
Of course. When you call him a serpent, can you tell me what do you mean by that?
Because the things that he presents in such a so-called, eloquated manner, yes, this is all deception. This is the same beast who has told black women time and time again to find themselves to a warm grave. This is the same beast, yes, that has came upon us and attacked black families time and time again. So there are two facets that come with this beast that we are addressing. The first one is the personal nature. As you see, he begins to frolic, sweat, and itch as this reptilian wants to come up out of its skin as I tell the truth. Yes?
I'm watching.
So, if it would not be for your salacious behavior and what you did in the bedroom, and if you kept it to yourself or did what you do, that is your business. No one has ran you down for an interview. No one that I know, especially me, really gives a f. You are a black man first, and you are a black man last, and you have seen and forgotten that. And that is where me and you have a problem, because anytime your own brother tries to tap you on the shoulder and make you aware of the things that you are doing, which I will explain, your leading and promoting nature that is going to that is leading to our pure extinction as a black community. Yes, yes, yes. But you, on a personal level, you take your so-called privilege, yes, because you do these things, and then when someone calls you out for these low-life level behaviors, you say that as a straight man or even a straight person, we are being homophobic. And I think that that is a ways of a serpent, a reptilian. On the next level, you on a whole level represent the pure extinction of the black man. You see, if you can't enslave, brutalize, kill, or beat us, put a dress on us, or cut our dick off and give us titties. And here you are amongst us telling us that it's okay, it's all good, we're wasting our time by addressing these things. No, we're not. It's something that needs to be talked about. And whether besides you frolicking in hell, you told Patricia, that you hope she caught cancer and died on the first episode. That's
a lie.
Instead of frolicking in hell, you said you had a 2-bedroom in hell. Instead of frolicking in hell, you need to come up to the real world with the rest of the black community so we can figure this shit out. Until then, I'm going to be on your neck. Father God, forgive me, for I have sinned.
I think you might be drunk, because I've never said that to Patricia, ever. I think you should slow down on the drinking and raise your clarity, because I definitely said that to Momo. I never said that to Patricia.
Well, thank you for confessing you have said this to 2 black women. If you go to the trailer, a well-documented trailer by the infamous Shaitik, you did tell Patricia that you wanted her to die, kill herself, stick a razor in her armpit, and you also made references to this black woman coming down with cancer, which many black women of her age do come down with. Salute to Momo for being a soldier.
Let him go.
Salute to Momo for being a soldier.
Brett,
no, because you choose to recognize
Brett,
these
you said
things.
Pat, Brett. You said Brett.
No, because I'm just saying he has a record of attacking all black women. And so I'm saying don't be deceived by this beast as he comes up here and tries to make fake
your footing.
You masquerade under the guise of gay privilege. Point blank, period. And it's repulsive.
Okay. Again, I think that you should focus on who you're referring to. Even after correction, you still made the mistake. You know, being a drunk must have a nasty hold on you, doesn't it? It really does. Not only do you have a distorted version of how things are, but you tend to make your own narrative to make it fitting to whatever you want to believe. And I think that not only... Whenever I'm telling the truth, you'll do this.
Brett, can the man finish, please, Brett? Yeah, Moon, sorry. Sorry about that.
So, yeah, you know, whatever someone is doing in their life or whatever, whether I'm alive or not, there's still going to be gay people. There were gay people before me. There were gay people after me. Someone gay is, doing the hair of your favorite artist. They're doing the makeup of your favorite artist. They're the executive to a huge network or a huge company or a huge whatever. And I think that there's no way that you can eradicate them, even though I know that's probably something that you want to do. But why is it such a big deal for you to focus on them? And another thing is, I don't know if you know what homophobia is, but you can have an opinion on how someone lives their life. There's no problem with that because that's your opinion. But when it's fueled by hatred, when you're focused, hyper-focused on someone's sexuality, it's then deemed as homophobia. Now, whatever you say doesn't offend me and it doesn't affect me, but I think that you should take a step further and actually get to the root of, I'm a result of what gay is, but I'm not the catalyst of it. If you want to go to the catalyst of whatever you're trying to seek, you should go to someone with real privilege, because I don't have any privilege.
So again, he is trying to hit the people with the world-class oop-de-wop. As you ended with the word privilege, because you know this is what your foundation is, and you dip in and out of that. You are white on Monday, half black on Tuesday. You have promoted yourself of being a Karen, a white girl who sips lattes. You come in many forms, but you are rarely black. And so you fail to realize, pay attention, we got him. You feel like by being a strong black man and promoting being a strong black union, thus and though forth, you feel like that is to your demise. You see, because you can't carry yourself as a black man within itself. You feel like you can't come around your own people as a black man within itself without raising a flag and saying, this is who I'm. When we over here trying to take care of real business, pay attention, big coach, you need to catch up. And so your problem is you want to sway back and forth, but you know what your ultimate goal is, and your goal is to get off the goddamn bus. And that's the problem. We got him. You want to be everything but who you are. And when you see people like myself who wake up with it every day, go to sleep with it every day, and wake back up with it every day.
Thoughts of Moon, I know
it repulses you. So you will lead the people to believe that somehow I am on the attack and I want to eradicate all gays and this and that. No. You're not going to tell me it's nighttime when the sun is out. Point blank, period. You got women with goddamn, not women, men. Pay attention. He's laughing because you know I'm about to tell the truth. You got men coming into our grade schools, our babies' kids, men with titties the size of you. I'm going to say it again. But this is what you stand for, and this is what you fight for, and this is why you call me homophobic. Because I'm one of the only ones out here that's going to stand up and say, hey, no, wait a minute. We ain't having that. First you tried to force the curriculum on the babies. Now you want to sit your goddamn titties on their head during class. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? And so when I get an opportunity to speak with someone from that community, because it's a deeper problem there, you represent something else, and I'm going to wait. But I consider you supposedly one of my own first. And every time we reach out to you, try to have this conversation, you go on a goddamn defense, you call us homophobic, and you drag us through the motherfucking mud, you attack our goddamn manhood. It's a whole goddamn playbook y'all go by. So unless it got to do with dragging a black man, shed negativity to a black man beating on a woman, a black man shooting a woman, whatever it is, as long as it's achieving that, or put them in a goddamn dress, it's all good. Soon as we try to speak to some goddamn positivity and give ourselves some goddamn structure, you call homophobic. But if you got a motherfucking pistol in his hand with the goddamn double drum, he gangster, it's all good. Are you dumb? I digress.
So, I mean, I really don't care if you're homophobic. There's a lot of people that practice and believe things and live life that maybe wouldn't be favorable to a lot of people. There's someone doing something right now that you maybe wouldn't agree with across the world, maybe in New York here, maybe in your home state. But, I mean, that really doesn't bother me. I'm not the one that is affected by that. I think that you should channel your energy, because I don't have any power to make you, feel better or, change something in your life. I'm not a congressman or anything like that. But I think that if you truly feel like you want to change something, because you're a father, I'm not a father, why don't you go to your local school board in your county or something and educate them and teach them and put your time and use those taxpayer dollars to the benefit of yourself to push your own agenda, so then you can get something done. Again, I'm not motivated that way because I don't have any children, so I don't know what that feels like. But you do, yet you haven't.
Let me rebuttal that. You see, that is why in the great state of Texas, as a black man, I exercise my right to vote. So if you run across our state, I know you've been having a very salacious time in the great city of New York. Yes, but what I have done is I have taken myself to the ballot and exercised the rights that my ancestors have died and shed blood for. That is why in Texas, where our babies are, yes, this curriculum and certain things that we are speaking of are prohibited. That's what I have done. I am a taxpayer and I am a voter. That's what I have done. Also, salute to Straight Lives Matter. That's what I have done. But while we're speaking about fathers, and I want to go back to homophobic and religion, let me stand.
Well, before you get there,
No. Was your father?
I still want to finish
not
my.
an evangelicus? Was your father not a man of the church? Yes or no? So I'm going to ask you right now. Okay. Why is it and how is it that a person from the LGBT community like yourself can attack a religion and call people from the Muslim community, from the Christian community, from damn near every community, religious community around the world, all of a sudden, they homophobic now? When you can't find the word in their scripture, can you explain how you would call these people who follow the description of their Holy Father, just like your daddy did? How can you now call these people homophobic when they only trying to find their way to heaven? Explain.
So again, I don't address any of the organizations, religions, or people that you're talking about. This, again, is fabricated for you to say, you did this, you did that. That's like me saying that you have influenced Party City by getting this outfit today, and what you did was you're causing an abomination on Christianity by doing devilish things but posing behind a fictitious costume.
Thank you for using the words, but let me remix that, because your daddy would have told you, and he told you that you are abomination. Yes, let me remix Hitman, remix that. You feel me? Let's bring it back. He said that you and how you are living is an abomination to God, and there are wages in some of these religions. The wages, is said in Scripture, is death. So don't try to place your abomination and your sins upon me, for I see everything.
Okay.
So I will ask you one more time and give you one more time to answer. Why would you call your people like your daddy, because that's what you're doing when you say that religious people are homophobic for following scripture. Can you solidify this reasoning?
I've never said that. That's a narrative that you're trying to create.
You call people who follow scripture, you say that it's so let me ask you, is it homophobic?
I don't have an answer that will suffice.
Pay attention, for thine beast is crafty. I've dealt with many of these exorcisms.
So you don't have an answer for him at all.
Well, I do have an answer, but it's not going to fit his narrative. So he's going to try his best to pivot and change it to whatever he wants to believe. So he basically believes that if you don't, let's say you don't like to shop at Whole Foods. So if you don't like to shop at Whole Foods, you're apparently a grocery store hater. You hate grocery stores. He uses isolated incidents to make a general or broad, statement.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm never going to have an answer that's going to suffice him because he's not asking these questions to understand. If you notice, he's kind of leading. This is kind of already like a scripted thing for him. It doesn't matter what I respond or what I do. He is listening to respond and not to understand. So I really can't be bothered to try to answer questions that you really don't want the answer to. I mean, not only would it be futile, but it looks foolish of you. Why waste your time looking for something when you feel like there's nothing to be found?
We are losing many young black men to the same salaciousness that we see before our very eyes. It is incumbent. Mm-hmm. It is incumbent upon me as a black man to use every ounce of my strength to save any black men that I feel like we can save. So these answers that you feel like I'm seeking, these are not my answers. These are yours that you refuse to answer, but you tell a lot. You tell a lot with not answering that question. Because we all know that your daddy was a man of the church. And so with you refusing to answer that, you are acknowledging that your daddy was not having it. That at some point in time, your daddy put his foot down, and clutched to his Bible and held his line, held his square, to the tune of where he probably turned his back. We got to talk about it, big coach. I see everything. That's why you can't answer. You see, you were supposed to go with your daddy. You were supposed to follow your daddy. But like many young men do, I know, you clutched to your mama titty. And to appease her, you allowed her to put you in blonde wigs and makeup. Some of these receipts are circulating. You must know this already. So until you can get down to the bottom of this and answer these questions, you will forever be acting out against your own community. Let's go, big coach.
Do you care to answer any questions pertaining to your family? Was your father a man of the church?
I mean, I think that whatever Breadman is trying to articulate or express, again, he's never met him. He wouldn't know anything about him. So I really can't answer someone's question to, I don't know, a scenario that didn't really happen or exist. I mean, the only person that knows that is me, and,
Was your father a man of the church? Yes or no?
But what I can say is my father loved me very much, and I'm extremely happy with the support that I received from him. Not only, emotional support, but worldly support as well, too. I think that it's a big testament to him that I can sit here with a deranged individual and have this conversation because
No, Brad. Let the man finish.
Father,
No,
You
Brad.
know.
No, he listened to you. Come on, Brad. Yeah, Moon.
because I think that the best thing that I love that my dad instilled in me is not only should you remain who you are, but you should never try to change who you are to appease someone else. And, I mean, I'm having this conversation with you. So, I mean, clearly, I think I'm more than willing to understand where you're coming from, but you're not coming from a progressive place or anything like that.
Where do you think he's coming from, Moon?
I think he's coming from an agenda and a place of confusion. Most people fear what they don't understand. And when someone has external forces, whether it be your family, your community, whatever socioeconomics that person was brought up in, it can change someone's mindset or what they believe, and also how we were raised as well. So I can't be mad at Brett or anything like that because he chose to believe what he was raised to believe. And he just sadly never broke from that cycle that he is going through. And it's not my job, nor is it my duty to save him from that. Some people have to live their life so you can live yours.
here's an example again. So let me explain to all what is going on. You see, the serpent, like many reptilians, has to stay upon its skin. It's going to refuse to shed in the light of truth. As you see with his reptilian shirt, patent leather. Yes? So he's going to continue to dodge. No, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. As a person, he is a fallacy because he continues to come on the platform time after time after time again, refusing to divulge the specifics about your life while you constantly judge others and critique others, especially straight people's lives. And this is why you got a problem with me, because I'm not going to let that rock. But I'm going to show you just how serious, and show everybody just how serious this is, because you want to try to paint it into this gay-ass picture, right, that it's either, oh, he's hiding his sexuality, or he's too stupid, he doesn't know what he's talking about, or he's worried. Let me tell you something. And I want to know, again, he's going to do the same thing, pay attention. He's going to avoid and evade this as well. Did you know that in this great country of America, across the nation, that our government is refusing to feed our inner city urban kids unless they accept the LGBTQ doctrine? Allow me to explain more. Meaning, if you are a school that is on a free lunch program, I had reduced 40 cents a meal every day. Never let me down. Yes? But if I am in a school that refuses, like Texas, this is an issue now. Like Florida, this is becoming an issue now. That refuses to allow the LGBTQ doctrine to be forced, pay attention, down our baby's throat, they are cutting the free lunch program. To this, what do you say, black man, as the black baby starve because they don't want to be educated and their parents don't want to educate them about being gay, period. They don't want to know about changing their gender. They don't want to know about this and that. They just want to be, excuse my language, please can we cut that? I'm sorry about that. They don't want to know about having sex with this person and having sex with that person as kids. And most people's mind, this would be considered pedophilia. So if parents take a stand for this and the school take a stand for this, they're coming in and they're cutting the free lunch program. How do you feel about this as a black man?
I think that whatever state or whatever school system or county, whatever they are doing, I would leave it up to them and the parents to divulge that. Again, I don't have any children, so I'm not really focused on that. But me being gay has nothing to do with the lawmakers or the person who created that rule at that particular school. So again, I don't have an answer that will suffice to you. But what I do think is that it's important that we focus on making sure that children have their education, they're able to have a positive experience at school. I do want to speak to this too. Brett, I don't actually think you're a gay man. I'm not mad at you. I don't have anything against you. You are allowed to have your own understanding or beliefs, and that's totally fine.
Oh, what in the world is this guy doing?
We gotta talk to him, big coach.
Oh.
We gotta talk to him, big coach. We ain't getting through. We gotta talk to him, big coach. You gotta get your motherfucking mind right. Do you not hear what I'm saying to you, little boy? Do you not hear me telling you that you got the potential to carry yourself as a don't look down, don't look down, don't look down, or give me 50. Don't look down or give me 50.
What?
Where my whistle at? Where my whistle? Don't look down or give me 50. Because this is what they do, big coach. This is what they do. I'm touching your soul. I'm touching your soul.
It's a little chilly in here.
I'm telling you that you have hopped off the goddamn bus and you about to get back on, big coach.
I know.
Every time we ask you a goddamn question, oh, this about to put on a dress. Father, 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 please save us. Yo, we will have no salaciousness in this goddamn, no salation. Oh my God, what we doing? Look, what we doing? What are we doing? Look, if this put on a dress, look. If this put on the,
It's okay.
if this put on a dress, look. Put on a dress, bro. If this put on gay garment, if you have on
The honorable Moon Sniper. Order.
bring that weak shit. Bring that weak shit because you want a whole trial because you know your ass supposed to be on trial.
Listen.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's go. Let's go.
I know that we're talking about laws and we're talking about what we can do.
You better speak on it. You better speak on it.
Allow him to speak,
it's a lot at stake.
Okay.
Gotta allow him to speak.
It's a lot at stake.
He's here.
You gonna stop running.
Moon, would you like a fruit?
No, I've already had one.
Okay, you sure? Okay, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it would have upset him if you would have ate a fruit right now. Just
Yes. So now that you have me, the judge, okay, and I'm the jury too, so I have the power to make changes. What are some concerns that you have and that I'd be more than willing to listen? And right here, right now, I'll make them change. I'll make them go away. Brett, one thing I do want to say, because I did let you, the judge is speaking now, the Honorable Moon Sniper. It's time for you to be quiet, okay? I think that, and this is something that I want to touch on, Mr. Simp Son. It's ironic that you call everyone simps, yet you live up very well to the name. You understand? I think that you simp after particular people, and you simp after things that you can't actually achieve. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you're focused on my lifestyle. What is going on with your lifestyle, with your relationship? Isn't it struggling? So why would you be fixated on who I'm with or doing or whatever, but not stay fixated on who you're doing? Shouldn't you focus on straight lives? Don't they matter to you? Why does my life matter so much to you? You have the floor.
May I rebuttal?
Of course, go ahead.
So, you speak to the corruption that we face in our system across America. You asked me, right? Why don't I focus on mine? We have 2 teenage boys in the house. I'm gonna say that again. We got 2 teenage black boys in the house. So instead of what I found myself lately, and it's up, and you are responsible, instead of making love with this beautiful, straight black woman 24/7 around the clock. Pay attention.
I know them
Pay
personally?
attention.
How could it be my fault if I don't know them personally?
Pay attention. We have to deal.
I think
We have to deal with
line,
conversations.
Mister, and I will hold you into
We
contempt.
have to deal. We have to deal.
Continue
We have to
to
deal with
lie,
conversations.
Mr. Simpson.
Pay attention.
And I will hold you into contempt.
Pay attention. We have to deal with conversations.
Stick to what was supposed to be talked about, okay?
We have to
and let's
constantly,
not deviate onto something that doesn't exist.
We have to
which
constantly,
is a pipe dream.
We have to constantly
okay?
pay attention.
All right.
Constantly answer questions.
I need you to stick to what you were speaking to before.
Corrupt.
Because now where you're going is you're panicking, and I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
Kangaroo court exposed. We don't acknowledge you.
Thank you.
Gay kangaroo.
You see how easy it was to knock you off your square.
Exposed. So as I was saying, we have teenage black boys in our home.
So what are you doing for them?
So what we're doing is pay attention. You're running.
Me as
running.
a judge.
You can't do a goddamn thing.
You can't
do a goddamn thing.
Exactly. So why are you wasting your time?
This is why you're mad.
Why are you wasting your time?
This is why you're becoming very aggressive. Because we refuse.
Aggression.
Pay attention. Look.
Says the person that slams his hand.
You're upset.
That gets upset. Makes all of these, threats, but I'm the one upset. Please continue.
This is what is happening with families across America. You got to fight for your babies. And they're going to call you homosexual. They're going to attack you. They're going to point fingers in your face, point objects at you. Pay attention. And as soon as you defend yourself and defend your
pay attention, they may even throw liquor at you. You never know.
As soon as you defend, they call homophobia. I'm not scared of this gay man. I'm trying to get to the issues and help him understand. Pay attention.
Nor you shouldn't.
Pay attention, because he don't give a. It's not in his cards to have kids. You don't get that from an anus. It's not in your lifeline. Pay attention. You made that decision a long time ago. So anytime a black man or a black woman, which I notice, starts to speak about their family, or anytime you get on the ropes, you attack the family. So either you tuning out, or you shunning, or you attacking. There is no understanding, because it speaks to your goddamn existence. You are a cancer to our community. And so I'm going to let people know that we have to tell our babies every other day how to tiptoe around this bullshit. We got to watch the teachers. We got to watch the weirdos. We got to watch the programming. Because you, twinkle toes, are so in the hissy fit and so goddamn determined to dump this shit on our families. When if we run the numbers, over half, that's a victory. Majority wins is not having it. But because of niggas like you who join in the cause that's not even yours, because when they get that bread out, you ain't eating. That's another thing I forgot to tell you about, because you don't care about the food. How about the money? How about the money? You ain't care about feeding the babies because they got to be gay to get a meal. You ain't care about that. You like that. But how about the money? When they said Black Lives Matter and this gay shit, and then they gave out the billions of dollars, but then it only went to you gay. Yes?
Okay, hold on now. Do you have a response to this? We got 5 more minutes, fellas. Just let y'all know.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Well, first of all, I brought my lunch to school.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, my God.
That's great.
All right. So, I brought my lunch to school, so I couldn't be bothered by that. I don't know what people are eating or what they're not eating. I know I ate. Another thing, I think that, again, you're upset and you're speaking to someone who can't make a change in your life. I know that you said that, you're putting it on the babies and in the schools and on TV and this and that. Have you written any networks or anything like that? Or have you, sent any letters to, TV execs and things like that to try to request discovery and understand why and what would make them do something? Because, wait a minute, because I know that you're trying to say it's gay people, but it seems like gay people, from what you're saying, are the people that are receiving such whatever benefits in life and things like that. Wouldn't it be crazy that if that was the case, that they're the ones giving themselves the benefit? No, it's not. Because it's people in a position of power that are
Tell on yourself.
that are straight people that
Lies.
are granting.
Lies. You see? We got him.
They are granting.
Hold on, let me finish.
They are granting these people. It's so crazy. When gay people wanted rights or when they wanted things to change, you know what they did? Not only did they protest and march and rally about it, they actually went to Capitol Hill and passed a bill. How many bills have you passed?
This is sad.
I know it is sad, but let me tell you something. Gay
sad.
people aren't going anywhere. And
Facts.
my thing is, I think that the quicker that you dissolve your terroristic group of SLM, because I do welcome that you send SLM out into the field, right? Out into the world and see how it's perceived. Let me know how quickly you're able to not only garner friends or families or whatever, but a fan base of people who truly believe in that and people who would not only invest in that, but would put that in big media. If what you believe is true and everything is going the way that you're saying, why aren't there other people like you banding together to make Straight Lives Matter a huge, successful foundation? Because it's a sham. It doesn't exist. It's a nonprofit. It makes no profit. Not a single child, not a single family, not a single straight person has been saved or even influenced by SLM. SLM doesn't exist anywhere. It's a fictitious thing in your brain that fuels you as the deranged individual that you are from your drunkenness, that then validates your claims on, oh, well, I feel like this, you're doing that. I didn't know I had that much power. But if I do, bow down to me, okay? You can talk now.
Right?
I wanna address this because again, we can't get hit with the oopty-wop because the play that he keep trying to run is his bullshit ass reverse, or what we like to call sometimes the naked. Pay attention, the naked boot, right? And so we not falling for it, big coach, because this man keeps speaking to alcoholism and being drunk when the only documentation on the network is you being passed out on the last episode, being defiled by people in the house while you was in a drunken stoop.
Well,
I didn't ask you
the
nothing.
liquor has eaten away your teeth.
I
Do
didn't
you
ask
see
you.
these?
I didn't ask you
Hold on,
nothing.
Moon, hold on, Moon.
You see that?
I didn't ask you nothing.
It's called enamel.
Hold on, Moon.
I didn't.
Hold on, Moon.
I didn't ask you nothing.
Hey, let him
I'm
respond.
telling you.
Okay.
I'm not asking you if this happened. I'm telling you this happened, and I'm gonna repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
You keep speaking to people in alcohol, but you are the only person that's documented on Flip the Network, Flip the House, being passed out in a drunken stoop, being defiled by people in the house. They put makeup on your face. They gave you goofy lashes. They made salacious actions with dildos upon your physicality. That's a fact. Yes? And I'm being light about it. So you got to stop with the oopty-wop. We can't let you run that reverse, that naked boot no more. Pay attention, big coach.
Okay.
Now, on the next level, this shit is bigger than me and you. And you continue to show that in some shape or form, you have sought refuge to another community. Because the things that I'm speaking to you, Either they don't resonate or you refuse to acknowledge. So I'm going to tell you again. You was black last night. You black right now. You're going to be black when you go to sleep. You're going to be black when you wake up.
Absolutely.
It don't have nothing to do with who you it don't have nothing to do with who you're laying with or who you're having sex with. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, when it comes to rights, when it comes to reparations, when it comes to what we're trying to do as a black community, the things that you are talking is obsolete. It only serves as a distraction. It only serves to drag the black man down. You know what I'm saying? Cause division in the black community. You ain't even spoke to that. You won't even tell me that. Pay attention. That's called an exorcism.
Okay.
And so I stand on that. I stand on that, Flip.
Fellas, I'm going to give you the final word. You know, time is running out for you to leave. We have 4 minutes until 7:30. So you can 2 minutes each, or you guys can choose to have a 4 minutes dialogue between each other. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'll do my 2 minutes. Brett, I'm not your enemy. You know, I appreciate the passion that you have for, you know, whatever.
It's called Straight Lives Matter.
Well, wait a minute.
It's called Straight Lives Matter.
So,
yeah,
I think it's wonderful that you have a little group and, you know, something to make you feel big and strong and like you have meaning in life. And I really hope that you do, you know, believe that. But the fact of the matter is, SLM is no different than an imaginary friend that people have. It only exists because you want it to exist, but no one else can see it, no one else will acknowledge it, and no one else cares, you know? Regardless of what happened in the house, I had a great time, I really did. And I also want to know that not only am I secure enough to know that that was just silly sleepover things that people do at slumber parties, you know. Well, you wouldn't know, but I would because I'm gay. And I think that because you're still so high-strung over these things, how old are you, 45, 43, 40-something? You're too damn old to be acting like this, to be honest. You're focusing on me. I'm half your age. And I'm focused on my life, and you're focused on my life. I thank you so much. I really do. Because when I'm not thinking about me, you're thinking about me. And at the end of the day, doesn't matter how many T-shirts and things like that you make, no one is going to recognize them. No one is going to put them on anything because you know why? Nobody cares. You do, and that's great. But I don't.
What I want to say is we represent the silent majority. I say this again. We represent the silent majority, and that's a fact because the majority of people that look like me and talk like me go to sleep straight and black, and they wake up straight and black. We are saying things and speaking to things that they have been silenced on because you have been co-opted by a white supremacist movement. So anything that our silent majority says against your community, i.e. Dave Chappelle, i.e. Boosie,
Dave
pay attention.
Chappelle.
We got him.
Dave Chappelle, I'm so sorry. You don't even know who this man
Pay
is.
attention. i.e. Boosie, i.e. many other black men. These are black men that are strong enough to hold their own and be independent. But had it not been for the silent majority,
I could have sworn that didn't Boosie say that he wanted his ass ate? That's crazy.
Come on,
okay,
pay attention.
You can go ahead.
With extreme salaciousness. Extreme offensive. He got to be offensive. He got to be salacious. Pay attention. Because he can't hear the straight black truth. We are the silent majority. We saying things that most black people want to say. Pay attention.
Come on, bro.
But they gotta keep their job. They gotta keep their page. They gotta keep whatever they're trying to keep. And I'm here to acknowledge why that is. That is white supremacy at its finest. Pay attention. You call yourself the puppet master, when the true fact is you are the puppet master with the strings attached. And the true person who is controlling the puppet master is your white daddy. I digress.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the interrogation and the rematch. Dope, 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 dope. Make sure you watch the replay. The edited version will be out later on this week. Tune in to episode 4 that's coming out also this week of Flip the House. We want to take our time to say bye to the cast. And we wish them the best. Bye to Flip the Network, the original, the old cast. Get ready for the new cast. This was a classic. I loved it. The conversation. Round of applause for you fellas. Hopefully you guys give each other a pound. Boom. Shout out to Moon. Shout out to Breadman. And we see you later. Queens.
Bam, bam. Salute.